Hello, I'm Ellie for Edu4Java, and this is tutorial number 8 of Java game programming. This tutorial is called Creating a Sound Class for our game. To keep the audio clips of our game, we create a sound class, which will have a constant with an audio clip for each of the sounds we use. These constants are public, so that any object which have access to them can play them. For example, in the ball class, we can play the sound of the bouncing of the ball using sound.ball.play. At the moment, we know the ball changes its direction. Here we are. This is quite an easy class, as you can see. It uses the method new audio clip of applet, which we saw in the last tutorial, with an URL object which it gets from sound.class.getResource and the name of the file. It's enough with the name of the file because it's the same package as sound and sound test, as we can see here. Please don't get confused with this. It is in the package 7 even if we are in the tutorial 8, because at the beginning these two tutorials were only one and I left it like this to change all the We also need the class racket, as nothing has changed. Let's copy it from this other package. Okay, now let's see the modifications in game. What we first execute is this instruction sound.back.loop. In the constructor of game, when we first run the game, we do sound.back.loop. This means that we're going to do an infinite loop to the clip back. This is the first time we talk about the class sound. So it is when the class sound is loaded. This instruction could take a bit because it's going to load all the audio clips, but it's a good place because the game isn't playing yet. In a real game, we could put a pop-up while the game is being loaded. When this finishes, everything has been loaded, so we wouldn't have a delay when for example, the ball bounces, because the sound of the ball was being loaded. This isn't going to happen. Sound back loop starts with a la 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 la, and here in game over, which is when the game finishes, the first instruction is sound back stop. So the la 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 stops. Here you can see that the second instruction is going to be sound.gameover.play, which plays the game over body. After this, we write the pop-up. These are all the modification of the class game. Let's take a look at the class ball. In the method move, we have to set a sound ball.play, but only when the ball bounces. When this happens, and this happens, and this happens, we have to make the sound. I could write sound.ball.play this. I could write it here, and here, and here. Instead of doing this, I've created a Boolean variable named change direction, which I set to 2. This means that it always is going to change direction. If it bounces, this is executed. If not, this is executed, and so on. The last else means that it didn't bounce in any place. I can say that it didn't change direction, so I set change direction to false. Here I do an if. If I change direction, I execute the sound. I did this to make it a bit more complicated because I could have written each time here sound.ball.play here and here. I didn't change anything in bracket. Okay, let's try it. See, each time it bounces, it makes a sound. Now we're going to make it go.
Game over, buddy.
The background music stops and we hear the game over, buddy. We click accept and the program finishes.